to go live. No, the mouse.
Oh.
Boop. Okay, and then we're going to bring this over here. Somewhere out of the way. That's live. I like to be prompt.
You need one? Do you want me to keep it cold?
No, I'm on brand. They'll be gone by the end of the presentation. You can't drink during a presentation.
But I could keep it cold and then like airmail it to you.
How's time? Is it time? Kids these days, always on their phones. Go ahead. 3. All right. Hello, everybody. And thank you for being here. I'm Tall Man Moto. I've been doing YouTube for, well, we'll get into me. Let's just cut here. I just want to be clear. If anybody doesn't know me on the internet, I am ADHD riddled, and I'm presenting at Touratech, so bear with me. I have been doing video for about 20 years now in a lot of different capacities. Been doing YouTube for about 5 years. I just kind of emailed and was like, hey, do you guys want a presenter? And they said yes. So now we're here. So strap in. It's going to be a good time. We are not going to go through very specific, like here's how to use Premiere, here's how to use this program. There are a million different how-tos on the internet that you can sit at home and watch that. That would be stunningly boring to do here. What I thought I would go over is just kind of more my thought process and the way that I am putting stuff together. I think there's a lot of baseline that goes into content creation. And so that's kind of the stuff that we're going to go over. However, I'm going to give you a little bit of a cheat code with editing to audio, and we will talk about that. Here's the deal.
All right.
I love questions. I love to be interrupted. I spent 5 years as a high school teacher. I taught photojournalism to the military for about 3.5 years. I hate just sitting there and listening to somebody talk. I also have ADHD. So if I have a question, I need to ask it now. Otherwise, I'm going to forget what the question is. If you have a question, throw your hand up or just yell it out. Except for PJ. PJ's not allowed to yell anything out. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Also, I'm going to bounce around a lot. It's the ADHD. Okay, so I've been in the media industry for about 20 years. I spent 5 years in the Navy as a video photojournalist, journalism, media guy, 4.5 straight years on an aircraft carrier. I then taught photojournalism to the military for about 3.5 years. I worked for the Small Business Administration as a public affairs officer for about 3.5 years. Took a hard left turn and taught high school for 5 years. That was a lot of fun. And now I work for the Navy again as a public affairs officer. My whole career has been this weird mishmash of media. I get bored, I like to bounce around. Retirement's never going to be an option for my generation anyways, so that's fine. I've edited for this guy named Speedy Cop. I've edited for Dork in the Road for about a year. And then I've got my own thing. So kind of bouncing all over. I like it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's talk about some basics. Hello? Here's why I'm not going to teach you how one specific program works, because they all essentially do the same thing. What I used to tell high school students on day one, because the question always comes up, well, what program should I be using? What app should I be using? They all do the same thing. At their core, all you are doing is taking one video clip, putting it after another video clip, putting it after another video clip. Different programs offer different advanced level things. But at its core, you're just lining clips up and then making a file that is all those clips into one file. If you want to learn specific things, that's, again, what YouTube is for. I welcome you. I welcome you to go find all of that. We're not going to talk about that here. Here are my recommendations, though, based on what I've used, what I have talked to people. If you're doing like phone-based stuff, CapCut, great program. DaVinci Resolve is great. iMovie is great. LumaFusion. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I have been like in the editing industry for 20 years. It is a standard. It can be a bear to learn, but if you take the time, it's a great program. Hey, here's what software can't do. Software can't really yet. It's a weird time. Software still can't tell you what's interesting. It's starting to get close. But it doesn't have the human element of really understanding humor, really understanding drama. It's not going to do that. That's where kind of figuring it out matters. It's not going to emphasize the right moments, right? Keeping viewers engaged is hard. We are in a 7 to 10 second society, and if you can't hook somebody then, they're going to move on to the next video. Hey.
Who the hell are you?
First thing you need to figure out is who you are. What are you doing with your YouTube channel? How many people have some sort of a YouTube channel right now? Does that mean the rest of you are thinking about it, or are you just kind of here because you wanted a good seat because Big Rock Moto is showing up? If you're already doing it, figure out who you are. What do you want out of that YouTube channel? I started my channel, again, horrible ADHD. I don't remember moments. People talk about their childhood with vivid memories, and I'm like, I got 5. So when I go and do these trips, I wanted some sort of a video thing to look back on. Motovlogging was coming up, and I was like, hey, I can do that. So that's where I started with it. It wasn't until I went to Giant Loop my second year, and some random person came up and was like, are you Tall Man Moto? And I was like, holy shit, I'm an extrovert to the core, and people will come talk to me. And so then I started building a brand. But you need to figure out who you're going to be. What's your energy going to be? What's your vibe going to be? You need to know all this stuff before you start filming. If you're just going out and just sort of la-ti-da filming and you're not sure what you're doing, that's okay. But we're going to get into just filming everything and why that's really a lot of work on the back end. Figure out what you want to do. If you're trying to build, and this is really well lined up, I'm sure they did it on purpose. Big Rock Moto has been doing this for a long time, right? He's going to talk about building a business. I'm still trying to make money off YouTube, so not my expertise. So stick around if you want to learn the business side of things. But if that's what you're shooting for, you need brand, you need consistency. Know what that's going to look like before you start shooting. That matters. And if you just want to build a personal vlog, that's fine. But that's also going to decide, what are you shooting, what are you looking for before you leave the house. Have an idea so that you have an idea of what to look for. Think about that trip to Touratech. When I sit down and I watch my video, what do I want to see? Keep that mental list. Okay, I want my riding shots. I want a lot of social stuff. That Black Forest thing is really cool. I should get some shots of that. Make that list in your head. What are you focusing on? A lot of us just kind of do a mishmash, right? I do moto camping. I like to do product reviews. I like to do trips. I like to do advice. I like to do my lives. I just like the video side of it, and I like building a brand so that people will come talk to me. So I do a little bit of everything. Maybe you specifically want to do how-to videos, which you should. Those do very well, by the way. All of my top performing videos are how-tos. Know what you want to do before you go in. Be a shameless promoter of you. Everybody pull their phones out for me real quick. Give this a quick scan.
It's not going to take information, is it?
No, sir.
Clicking on it.
Are we about to hear from
I was going to say that would have been a great.
It's like the pee break. Damn it. Be a shameless promoter of you. If you are trying to build a brand, you have to be relentless the first few years. Push it on Facebook, push it on any social media you can. There is a whole back-end algorithm. You've got to fill YouTube's desires if you want to try and make money off of it. But Ian's going to talk in much better detail. Oh, I've got stickers anytime that I meet people. Yeah. I'm an extrovert to the core. Certain other people, like and subscribe to Mighty V360 as well, not so extroverted. So that's more of a challenge for him. I will literally talk to anybody. There's only one person I've ever met who is more willing to talk to strangers, and he's in the back of the room. He'll corner all of you. You'll know his life story. Understand what the point of the video is before you start. It's really important. I can't stress this enough. Have an idea of the end before you begin. It will help while you're shooting. Also, you would be surprised. Don't forget to hit record. 5 years as a high school teacher. Woo. Audio. Audio is the most important thing. Bad video, forgivable. People will watch visually not great video if the audio is clear. 100% all the time. Audio. See my guy in the back? He's got a mic. He's ready to go. He's doing way more work than I want to. Oh, it's not hard. ADHD. I forget. I keep it simple. I know my baseline. Don't film everything. If you film everything at Touratech, if you're here Thursday and you're filming everything that night, you're filming all of your rides start to finish. Adam, how many gigabytes of footage did you have from that trip?
From the Walker?
Yeah.
1.2 terabytes.
Took him 6 months to get through that footage because he filmed everything. You don't want to have to sit there and scrub through in real time sometimes everything that you shot.
Do you feel like 15 to 30 minutes is the best thing? Because that's what I find on my deal. 15 to 30 minutes. But I do tech shit.
I have found that the answer to that is it depends. So for riding videos, I have found that people don't really stick around for what I do because I'm just riding, right? Big Rock Moto is doing a whole review, and he's at, what do you sometimes, 30 to 45 minutes for those videos? But he's constantly talking about the bike. He's engaging with the bike. People are engaged because he is talking. I'm just fucking out in the woods riding, right? People get bored. Yeah. For a ride video that's just an event or just going out, 15, 18 minutes is kind of the sweet spot that I have found. It depends on who you are and how engaging you are and how engaging the content is. The better the editing, the longer people will stick around. So things to keep in mind, because if you can't film everything, how do I know? Also, to be clear, I'm guilty of doing all of this, right? I am not by any means a perfect creator. But what I have learned over the years, if I'm just bombing down a gravel road and it's just straight gravel road, I'm not going to film 5 miles of straight gravel road. I'm going to film a little bit of that. If it starts to get a little bit rocky, loose gravel, if it starts to get a little technical, I'm going to pop the camera on because it could go south and I want to catch it.
When you turn your camera on, are you recording or do you have it on?
Oh, I have it set to quick record. So I just hit the record button, it turns on, and it's recording. One button, real quick. Boop.
I haven't found it on Dad. Just hit it and go right to the GoPro.
Yeah, and it depends too. Are you gonna work with 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras? Have an idea of what you want at the end. Know where to mount all of those.
Positioning too of where your cameras are at. The low
Move
shot,
them.
the high shot,
Mm-hmm.
the back shot. If you've got somebody following you.
Variety's good. But remember, the more cameras you have, the more cameras you have to sync and post. And there's a whole technical back end of that, but everything has to line up so that they can bounce around seamlessly, right? That's work. So keep that in mind before you decide you're going to shoot 6 cameras and be Steven Spielberg of the road. That's a lot of work in post.
So how many cameras do you typically run on?
I will typically run 2. I will have the helmet camera, and I will throw typically my 360 camera, because it's super easy, in different spots. so that I have a little bit of variety.
So for your 18-minute video, how long are you editing?
18 minutes, I'm editing for about 8 hours.
Yeah.
15-minute video, well, 20 to 25-minute video is going to be about 8 hours work. When I was editing for Dork in the Road and I was going through those entire trips that he would take, and we're breaking them up typically day by day, 1 day of footage is about 8 hours worth of work, more or less. And he's running typically 2 cameras, sometimes 3. And I have been doing this for a while. It can only get so much shorter, but I will say when you're starting out, the more content you have to go through, the longer it is going to take you. Keep that in mind when you're out riding.
So would you recommend doing short form to start until you figure it out into the long?
It depends on what you want. I wouldn't want short form because those are my memories. And that's always going to be at the core of what I do with this channel, is I'm building stuff to look back on. If you're focused on profit, shorts are a great way to get the name out and grow, sometimes at a more rapid pace. Here's the deal. Always, 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 always show struggling, show screwing up. When motovlogging first became a thing, everybody was just showing their perfect rides and how cool they were. Ben from Dork in the Road really kind of like changed the whole game, I think, because he was just a dude falling down on a motorcycle. People like that because they're like, I'm a dude that falls down on a motorcycle. And he was able to grow real quick. Well, not real quick. That's his story to tell. But he was able to grow relatively quick because he was relatable. That matters. Also, it builds trust with the audience. Don't be somebody you're not. For those of you who follow my content and we've interacted, I have heard more consistently this year, oh yeah, you're exactly in person the way you are online. I'm just me. Don't try and fake it. People don't like fake things. They will suss that out quick and you're not going to go anywhere. Don't be fake. Also, it's just a life thing. Scenery always wins, even though action cameras make it look like crap. We as a society have learned to accept that even though the mountain range is tiny, we know it's still beautiful. It's because of the world of action cameras. It's just so prevalent. Society is starting to understand and know, even though that looks bad on your little, still shoot it. Shoot it. Try and shoot your bike if you stop. Get photos. If you're building a whole brand, you need to have social media, Instagram, YouTube. Some people do the TikToks, I don't know. Instagram's a great place to be. Plus, it's fun. Okay, let's get into the actual editing part of the situation. Corey, how are we on time?
15 minutes.
Perfect. You're going to do all this work. Let's go back. 8 hours to put a 15-minute video together, roughly. You're going to pour your heart and soul and whole Saturday into this thing. You're going to upload it with such pride, and you're going to get about 15 views. And then you're going to say expletives to YouTube. If you are trying to build a brand and you are trying to grow, everything that I can find, and the wisest piece of advice that I got when I was first trying to create a brand, it does not matter the quality that you create. You need to upload a video every week for almost a year before YouTube's algorithm will take you seriously. Now, there are sometimes people get lucky and there's something cool in there and YouTube recognizes it and just blasts it out. But what I have found, and from everybody I've talked to, Ben from Dork in the Road is actually the one that gave me that advice when I reached out to him. Because I was like, I think I want to do YouTube. How do I do that? And he sent me a delightfully long email that had a lot of good information. That was the first thing he told me. Know that you're going to have to put a video up about every week for almost a year. Oh, always.
That's where I'm at right now.
For the first year, it sucks. But we've all got camping gear, right? Make a 5 to 10 minute video about the sleeping pad that you have, about the fork and knife and spoon that you bought. It doesn't matter what the content is. Just make it. Push it out. Don't pour your heart and soul into it too hard. Because people do it for about 6 months, they get burnt out and they get frustrated. Well, it's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything. There's so much stuff being uploaded to YouTube every single minute. YouTube has to find a way to filter out the crap. That's just part of it. Stick with it. Don't give up. Eventually, it'll start to grow. Okay, so let's run through this. Again, this is just me. This is not the way to do it. This is just how I do it. I could be friggin' wrong as a doornail.
What about patent infringements? So say I'm in here and I'm videotaping, and I decide to put it up on a whatever, and Touratech's name in there, or your name's in there.
I promise I'm not going to come after you. Sony might.
So the legal way and bring you down, or just
No, YouTube will just take your stuff down.
they'll just okay.
Yeah. Not me. If my logo's in there, I wouldn't even know who to talk to be like, I think I want to be ridiculous about things on the internet. But so the way to look at it. The question was about copyright infringement. Sorry, I will repeat them back. Yeah, what? Yes. Is this a new question?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get through this. So let's talk about music. Music's the easiest way to talk about it. Spend the money on a royalty-free website. I use Artlist. I love Artlist. There are a ton of different options out there. I'm not saying that is the option. I'm just saying that's what I use. I really like that. But I pay $200 a year, I think, and I have access to a massive catalog of royalty-free songs, which means I'm going to use that, and YouTube is going to know because I pay that company, and it's all tied together through the internet, that I have the rights to that music. If you're trying to make money off YouTube, do not use Kendrick Lamar or Beyonce or Hank Williams Jr. Do not use copyrighted music. You will not be allowed to make money. And if you do that after being monetized, you can lose the ability to make money off YouTube.
YouTube has its own music too.
There's a million options out there. AI is a fun new world too. Custom lyrics, copyright free.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time. Okay, let me come back to you, and then I saw a hand over here.
Yeah. So this might be dumb, but what is your motivation to do what you're doing and build your brand?
So I started just making a video diary, essentially, because I have ADHD. Then somebody stopped me at an event and said, "Are you Tall Man Moto?" And I was like, holy shit. People will come talk to me. I'm an extrovert to the core. I like creating community. I believe very strongly in creating community. And this is a fun, extra way to do that. Someday I might make money off YouTube. That's fine. I don't really care. What I've really started to like and enjoy is this, right? Next year, some of you are going to come up and be like, oh, I was at your presentation last year. I'm going to be like, dope. Let's talk. Let's have a beer. Let's hang out. That's it. Over here, sir.
I was just going to follow up on the YouTube audio library.
Yeah, they've got great selections.
And that's actually what it's called.
Yeah. There are a million different options nowadays. That whole world is really, there are artists that will only make really good music for royalty-free use. There's good money in it for them. It's a whole other industry and world. The point is, there's a lot of options. But don't use copyrighted stuff. Okay, I want to talk real quick before we get into the final finite things about editing, about the way the human brain processes information. I want you all to try and read as much as you can, and we're going to talk about it. How much did you get? What did you read?
The bullying part.
Okay, let's try it again. What did you see? What was on the table? Where was he?
The kitchen.
Human brain takes information in visually so fast. Words take forever. Images are like that. Keep that in mind when you are editing. Don't spend 47 seconds showing me walking down or riding down a gravel road. As soon as I've seen it as a viewer, I've seen it as a viewer. What I used to tell students, show me the verb. What's the verb? What are you doing? Turning left. I'm turning right. I'm jumping. I'm crashing. Crying. My bike's broken. Once you've shown me the verb, as a viewer, once I've taken that in, okay, I'm ready, next thing. And this is so accentuated as a society. If you're not hooking me in 15 seconds, I'm on to the next thing. And you would think as a content creator, I'd be a little more patient in watching other people's stuff. No, because I have ADHD. I'm bored. Show me the next thing. Keep your clips short. There is no science behind this, but I like 3, 5, and 7 seconds. 7 seconds is a long time when you're counting it out. You can show me a lot in 7 seconds. Struggle footage is always an exception. If you're really having a hard time on a really rough trail, sometimes let that run. We're going to talk about letting things breathe. These are not hard and fast rules, too. We'll get into that. Question in the back.
Full videos to struggle footage. How do you cut that up? Like most interesting, most fun struggle?
So if I'm struggling through a giant chunk of mud, let's say quarter mile, just muddy shit, I'm going to show you 7 seconds here of me probably swearing profusely. I'm going to jump ahead another 5, 7 seconds, maybe 15, 20 seconds because the bike's really sliding around. I'm going to find those best verbs, and those are what I'm going to show out of each of those clips. Oh, I got to go, guys. If you haven't seen Jason Sherman's presentation, highly recommend. He's dope. So get rid of identical visuals, right? So once the bike slipped, once in mud, I'm going to cut to the next time the bike's slipping in mud. I'm not going to show all that time in between it. Struggle footage is always the exception. We'll come back to that. So don't show me identical visuals. Going straight down a gravel road. Okay. Going straight down a gravel road. Okay. Going straight down it's boring. Show me turning left, turning right. Just the difference of the bike movement will keep people a little more engaged. You are showing me something different to process. Oh, is he going to crash in this corner? Oh, new corner. Is he going to crash here? So that's really why we're all watching. And here's the deal. If you have a day, section 1 of the Wobder, that's just boring gravel, there's these magical things called montages. Cut that shit up to the audio. People love it.
You do not want
Okay.
this.
Repeat it. Repeat what you said.
Oh, God, guys, I already forgot what I said. Montage. We're going to talk here in a second. I'm going to show you what a montage is, what editing to the beat is. We're going to wait until he's done with the talking so you can hear it. But it is, I promise you, a magical cheat code. If you can edit to the beat, people are going to be impressed. Okay, I think he's good. Let's go. I want to preface this real quick. One thing I forgot to mention. Make sure you choose the right music. The right music matters. What am I trying to show? Is it funny? Is it comedic? Is it sad? Is it intense and action-packed? Let that mood be the starting point of what you're looking for. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh. I can figure this out. I can figure this out. There we go. A little bit more. Okay.
I used to have a goal, and I no longer have attachment. helmet and my head to my brain. It's because I have it in my hand. So if somehow you're without holding your helmet and you wonder where it is,
That's so good. Here's why music matters. We're doing Rat Trap Pass, so gonna head into the wilderness. It's adventure time. Shit. Oh shit! We're stopping. Watch out! Fuck! I'm the fucking champ. Say bad words. Sorry. Oh shit! Oh, I got this. Oh, fuck. Nope, there it goes. Nope, not today. Did you drop it? There you go. Rear brake. There you go. You're okay. Let it down. Edit to the beat. Here's what that looks like, I think. Here's how to do it. If you're really unsure and you're like, okay, but that looks complicated, how do I do it? I promise you it's not. Listen to the music. Tap your finger when beats happen. Every time your finger taps, that's a cut. More so, if you have an editing program, so start the drums. If you're really basslining it, listen to the drums in whatever song you've chosen. But Tall Man, there's no drums. Well, choose a different song to learn on. Violin's real difficult, but if you do it right, just listen. Tap your finger. Every time your finger's tapping, that's where a cut should be. If you do a montage well, you should be super fucking sick of watching it by the time you're done editing it, because you should go through and listen to that song a solid 93 times. Just going through, listening, going back, watching the whole thing up to the point, going back, watching the thing up to... There are these things called waveforms. If your editing program, software, app allows you to see these, and if you're unsure, Google, does CapCut show me waveforms, right? Whatever you're using. Figure out how to turn that setting on. This looks like a weird mishmash. Let me show you how to read it. It's super easy. Edit to the mountains, mountaintops. Every time there's a peak, that's where a cut goes. Right? Bam. All the way down. Every time you see a peak, so with high school students, I used to sit there because I had the time, and I would have them pick a song. Wouldn't listen to it. I'd import it into the program. I'd bring it up on Premiere. I would edit to the waveforms. Having never heard the song, not listening through, just chopping stuff up. Almost every time, it would be mostly dead on. Once you learn how to read these waveforms, especially as you're actually listening to the song, this is the cheat code to editing montages like a champ. If you have kids, their next soccer game, edit that to this. Your whole family will be like, damn! It works 100% all the time. Also, it allows you to take a big thing. That was a 3-hour process. Just that bypass that we were struggling on. At least, right? We were there for a minute. That was about a minute and a half. 3.5, 4 hours. You know the whole story. We rode up there. We struggled for a long time. I said bad words. Some people laughed at probably me. I probably laughed at some people. And that was the end of the day. You can fit a lot in there. Remember, the brain brings information in super fast with visuals. That's 23 clips in 20 seconds. Lots of information, really fast. Rear brake. There you go. You're okay. Let it down. Listen to the jump. it is the greatest cheat code I ever learned. Okay, let's talk about breaking the rules real quick. All of this is subjective. Struggle footage can always run longer. Don't be afraid of that. I have this rule when I do stupid bits in my videos, and this is kind of an aside, but if I do something that I think is funny, but maybe doesn't kind of fit what I consider to be my general rules, I have to watch something 5 times and laugh at myself every single time. Because by about time 3, if it's not good, I'm like, okay, I'm tired of watching myself. But if I watch 5 times and I think it's funny, then I send it to our group chat. If I don't get responses from most everyone, I'm going to drill into the person that doesn't respond and be like, okay, why not? Watch it over and over. If you get bored with it by time 3 or 4, it's probably not that good and the internet doesn't want to watch it. That's going to be the clip, and I tried this. I've left stuff in that I didn't think was good. That's the point where YouTube tells me my drop-off rate is. People clicked off. Watch it multiple times. If it doesn't sell to you every single time, it's not going to sell to the internet.
What do you think of fast forwarding? The warp drive where you take contact.
Oh, where you just speed things up? Oh, I use that all the time. I have a video making the run up to Tyee last year, and it's not great. I honestly wouldn't have done it, but I wanted, because nobody had like a almost full run of Tyee. And so I really just wanted to showcase that more than like draw people in. Tyee. There is an intro clip there that is, again, I break my own rules all the time. God, it's got to be like friggin' 2.5 minutes of just speed running along the mountainside. But it showcases and shows you, damn, you're running a lot of 2-track in the first part of, well, the old Tyee. There are times where you can break those rules. If it feels right, do it. You're struggling, let it go. Jump cuts, that's where it's cutting from one to the next. Jump cuts can help speed things up. Tell more information in less time. And also just let moments breathe. Sometimes you've got a clip that maybe is 1.5 minutes long, but you love it. If it feels right, let it go. To the internet. Okay, my final takeaways. Edit with intention, but don't obsess. Try hard, but don't spend 14 hours on a 10-minute video. Your soul's going to hurt at the end, one way or the other. Good audio always, short clips, and shoot for real moments. Don't try and fake things. Don't try and stage things. And as a channel, don't try and be who you're not. That's not going to work long time. People will suss you out. They're going to fall off of your stuff because they realize you're not really like that. You're faking it. People don't like fake people. Don't be afraid to look dumb. I was willing to stand up here, so we got that going for us. It's endearing. People like honest behavior. Dun, dun, dun. Questions, comments, concerns, arguments, uncertainties. But tell me, man, I do it this way and it works. Teach me. Again, this is not the way. It's just my way. Huh?
When do you decide something's interesting? So, it's not always, so let's say you wrote Route 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty tame. It's not really that interesting, but you want to make a video out of it. How do you pick?
Chop it up, montage.
Do you just film the whole thing and then just start chopping?
No. Film what's interesting. If there's 9 miles of gravel road, I'm going to film a little bit of gravel road at the beginning, and then I'm probably not going to film for another 9 miles because nothing's changed. Shoot the beginning.
Make another video to correct something?
No.
I have.
Once it's out, I'm on to the next thing in life.
I'm doing motorcycle repair. And
See, that's different.
I put a cam in wrong.
You're catching errors.
I did another video and came back and showed. What I did before was stupid and it was wrong.
That's different. That's like a how-to video.
Yeah.
That matters. Steps matter. If step 1 isn't open the hood, that's the problem. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns?
So I think the idea of knowing what your intention is with your videos going into it is, that obviously makes sense. And it's going it's gonna help you. It's gonna help guide things. But isn't the reality though that you just kind of have to make a lot of stuff to find things out and to discover?
Yes,
Discover
100%.
How does that fit into what you do?
Well, that's that first 100 videos that you do. Is you're figuring out what your niche is going to be, what kind of videos you like to make, and what resonates with your audience.
Here's the important thing about that, not knowing, but thinking of the end before it begins. That just gives you a starting point in the content creation. Things are going to change. If you have ever gone on a ride and it went exactly as you planned it, that is a unique situation. Shit changes, the weather changes, there's traffic, the road has washout, right? There's a million different things that change in an adventure, and that's going to guide and change that, right? This concept is a living document, but it just gives you the starting point of not going out and just hitting record and being like, I'm going to make a video. Well, what's it going to be about? My trip? Where are you going? What are you doing? What shots do you need? It's a starting point. But yeah, things are going to change. I'm constantly changing stuff. I'm in this whole new battle of like, how do I push it to 1,000? I'm using new fonts, and it's always, which is horrible for branding, by the way. But it's as you learn, and things are going to change. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Got two questions. One is, where do you make your jersey?
MXJerseys.com, I think it's called. I paid like $80.
Second question is, how much footage have you ruined with stupid commentary? When I ride, I talk like
Oh, buddy, montages.
okay.
Most of it, sometimes.
I was like, oh wow, this is gonna look really cool, and then I get to editing, and I'm like, I don't want people to hear me say that.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. And that's the determination too, right? Do you want to just have like a riding footage channel, or do you want to build a personality and have commentary and be speaking while you're talking? That's another thing too. When you're leaving, if you're going to be talking while you're riding, have a list. I did radio for a year in the Navy, and that changed my whole ability and perspective of just continuing to run my mouth and make it sound like I'm saying something, because I had a 1.5-minute bridge from song to song. So that helped this process a lot. The ADHD also helps because there's always thoughts to pull from. But for some people, that could be a struggle. I'm still thinking like, okay, what are some new bikes that come out that I might want to talk about while I'm riding? Like, I have kind of a backup list that sits up there. If you want to talk while riding, before you leave, what am I talking about? The ride, what's happening, the weather. Make that list. Sir.
Multiple camera angles, is that critical?
Depends on what you're making. I think it helps.
Create interest?
People need visual variety, right? It is sometimes hard to pull off one camera the whole time. Just a second, even just a cutaway that comes back to you. It's just giving people something visually different to look at. My favorite thing that I used to teach photojournalism students is, and well, it's not a happy thing, but the average reading level for America is about 4th grade. That's your market. Don't make it too complicated, but don't make it too simple. You got to keep them engaged.
My two-part question. The first part is, do you use voiceover? And the second part is, what do you use Adobe Pro?
Okay, so the question was, 1, do I do voiceovers? Yes. 2, does Adobe handle that, or will DaVinci Resolve do it? To which I say, Google knows better than I do. I know the Adobe suite. I've been using it for 20 years. Adobe, yes. Adobe has a program for every type of media you want to use. It's also not cheap. I don't recommend it, but if you don't have a budget, or you really want something that you're going to, maybe if you've never edited video before, you're going to struggle to learn a little bit, but is the industry standard professionally, Adobe is the way to go. For that, I use Audition, to which I follow up in a generic statement of saying most programs have a little microphone button on the audio channel. You click and it'll start recording audio.
To that, DaVinci, I use that, and for voiceovers with DaVinci, if you have an external mic and
Time
your
check.
stuff like isn't set up perfectly, DaVinci will
45.
recognize your mic.
Perfect.
So what I use is Audacity, which is like an open source audio recorder, and then if I'm voiceover it, I'll pull up Audacity, start recording, start the part of the video that I'm doing, do my voiceover while I'm watching my own video, and then throw it all together. Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I'm more of a viewer than a creator, and I just say that I've seen some videos, single camera, that were well edited, and I love.
It can
I've
be.
seen people with all the bells and all the whistles, and I gave up after 5 minutes because I didn't care.
Here's what I want to highlight. That were well edited. Your editing will make the difference. Your pacing, your timing, the way that you are putting things to music, the way that you're just putting that package together, that's what matters. Spend the time, learn the program, figure it out, and don't be afraid to fail. Most of my stuff, if I'm out on the bike, the question was, how do you come up with ideas? It really just stems from what am I doing? So for me, it's a video diary. So Touratech, which I've been kind of lazy about filming because I've been real wrapped up in the social aspect. So, but that's it. That's my idea, right? Going camping with Small Man Moto. That's the idea. From there, okay, what are we going to do? What stupid shit are we going to get into? What kind of rides are we going to do? I need to have this. I need to have that. That's where I'm flushing that out. Now, product reviews and stuff. I mean, for me, I'm not going to review a product that I don't actually believe in. If I haven't spent money on it or heard a lot of good things to be willing to reach out to the company to ask if we can work together, I'm not going to endorse it. So on the product side of things, I like telling, and I'm not making any money off of any of these things. I've had few companies send me a few things, which is great, but I'm telling the world about it because I like telling the world about good things. I want to build a reputation on that front of legitimately believing in the stuff that I sell, because I can very specifically think of a very specific air mattress that I bought based on a very specific personality, reviewing it, and it turned out the whole thing was bullshit. It was the worst air mattress I've ever used. And that's when I was like, F this, I'm doing product reviews. Oh, I was so mad. We're not going to get into specifics. It popped a hole within like 20 minutes of laying on it. Just right out the seam. Oh, I was pissed. Question. I've let it go. GoPro fucking sucks. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I was going to take the high road. I use Insta360. So I will say, I know, a lot of people in this room are probably like, okay, yeah, but I got GoPros and they're pretty great. I ran GoPros for a lot of years. I had more files get corrupted than I could even begin to count. When I was in Idaho, running part of the BDR, and we were running through these really cool old train tunnels, we must have gone through probably 4 or 5 miles of them. And I shot the whole thing specifically because for me, I wanted that file to show people of my own accord, dude, watch, it just keeps going. We got to the end, I hit the stop recording button, and it just was black. I lost that whole file. No, it's just file corruption. GoPros will just shit the bed on you. And they don't care. They won't update it. They won't. I've had multiples. I had the 6, I had the 7. I ran the 8 very, very briefly before I said, fuck GoPro. They don't update things and change things to the community. Insta360 listens. There are some other good options, to which I say, use what you want. I recommend Insta360, but I really don't recommend you stay with GoPro. They have had really good, really big marketing team for a really long time. And I think that's why they came into the space early. They built it fast. But whatever they're doing now is not good. Don't lose your memories. And I will clarify.
Section 1 of Idaho video.
See?
The whole thing.
I will say I've had 3 file corruptions since I bought an Insta360 over the last 2 years. And I want a lot of footage. It's going to happen. Insta360 said, file issue detected. Do you want to repair it? To which I said 2 things. Why are you asking me that? And obviously, yes. It's paying attention and it's correction. I think they do it as a passive-aggressive move because they know that it's a problem with GoPro. I think they're just casually like, do you want us to fix the problem? Because they don't. It's my take on GoPro. Any other questions? I want to start to wrap it up. Ian's set to present very soon.
What do you use for audio recording?
Like Mike?
Yeah.
I have a Purple Panda. If you're looking for a helmet mic, Purple Panda. It's like $35 on Amazon. Highly recommend. Purple Panda. $35 on Amazon. I would put it up against any $100 lavalier. It's what I have right now.
Do you run
Love
that
it.
on a recording? Demo?
I run it straight into the helmet cam. Okay. I want to wrap it up just so that he's got time to set up. And do we? Okay. Okay. So I run the microphone straight up into the camera so that everything is combined. Again, this is subjective. I'm not saying this is the right way to go. There are plenty of guys that will take the time to run an microphone into an audio recorder, sync everything after so that they're working with what's called a wave file, which is just higher quality. That's all well and good. I'm too lazy. I don't see that big of a difference in a moto vlog for me. I'm not knocking it. I just know my level of work that I'm willing to do. So I just run the microphone straight into the camera. Just all right here. Super simple, super easy. And if I don't want to listen to my dumb voice, I put music over it. Let's go him and then him.
Whatever you do as far as the external mic, I'm sure you've got some sort of little phone or thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're called a dead cat typically.
Wind noise absolutely breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little foam cover that goes over the microphone that helps block wind noise. Even in your helmet, we still hear it, so will your microphone. So cover that as much as you can. I've got the little foam thing and then the dead cat over it, and it's stuffed into my cheek pad. And it seems to work pretty solid.
You film a lot with the camera at the front of your helmet. I think you might not have bike. When you take your helmet off, you're in a sticky situation, you gotta get your helmet off, get some air. How do you continue getting film? You take your camera off and just
So
with it, or
either I've got the 360 camera set up, or if I'm going to be off the bike doing whatever I'm doing, I'll just point the camera towards me and just let it run. But like if I'm getting off the bike to struggle with it, I try and run a 360 camera on my RAM mount. So I have a mirror on this side, and then I use that other mirror. I just put the RAM ball mount with the 360, and I just let it watch me swear profusely. Yeah. I'll go until I can't breathe, and then I'll just pull the helmet off. All right. Thank you all so very much for coming. It's been fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Can I get an autograph?
Cut it. Also, if you want stickers, I have stickers. Trying to get rid of them. No. Some.
I'll put it on the bottom of my skid plate.